Very good morning, cadets. Shortly, that means from 2nd of March, you are going to face your annual or final examination for the class 7th standard. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic COVID, we could not have any offline classes. It is entire online session. The completion of entire syllabus revision, and now the examination is also online. Nevertheless, we have to adapt to the change. Hope we will soon meet in offline classes when you are promoted to the next higher class. Today let us discuss the chapter based question and answers of the chapter number 4, that is Mughal Empire. Chapter number 4, Mughal Empire, is a part of your syllabus for your examination. It's a huge as well as important chapter. So let us quickly revise the chapter based question answers from this particular chapter. Match the following: Mansab, Mongol, Sisodia Rajput, Rato Rajput, Noor Jahan, Subhadar. And the B column: Marwar, Governor, Uzbek, Mewa, Rank, Jahangir. So what we have to do? We have to match column A and column B. So answer, match the following answer. So Mansab is a rank. Mongols are the tribal groups from Uzbekistan, Uzbeks. Sisodia Rajput ruled Mewar. Rathore Rajputs ruled Marwar. Noor Jahan, wife of Jahangir. Subhadar, governors, the post of governors. So this is how to match the following. Fill in the blanks. The capital of Mirza Hakim, Akbar's half brother, was dash. The 5 Deccan Sultanates were Berar, Khandesh, Ahmadnagar, dash and dash. If Zad determined a Mansab's rank and salary, Sawar indicates his dash. Abul Fazl, Akbar's friend and counselor, helped him frame the idea of dash so that he could govern society composed of many religion, culture and caste. So fill in the blanks. Let us check the answer. The capital of Mirza Hakim, Akbar's half brother, was Kabul. The 5 Deccan Sultanates were Berar, Khandesh, Ahmadnagar, Bijapur and Golconda. If Zat determined the Mansabdar's rank and salary, Sawar indicated his number of cavalrymen. Abul Fazl, Akbar's friend and counselor, helped him frame the idea of Sulh-i-Kul so that he could govern a society composed of many religion, culture and caste. Deen-i-Ilahi, Akbar gave importance to all the religion, that is what the universal peace or Sulh-i-Kul. Let us check next question and answers. What are the central provinces under the control of Mughals? The central provinces under the control of Mughals were Lahore, Panipat, Delhi, Mathura, Agra, Ajmer, Marwar, Mewar, Deccan and Chittoor. So they were the central provinces under the control of Mughals. In what was the relationship between Mansabdar and Jagirdars? Mansabdar received their salaries as revenue against assignments called Jagirs. Mansabdar did not actually reside in or administer their Jagirs. They served in some other parts of the country while the revenue was collected for them by their servants. Question number 5. Question number 5. What is the role of zamindars in Mughal administration? The role of zamindars in Mughal administration. Zamindars were local headmen of village or powerful chieftains appointed by the Mughal emperor. They played a role of source in running of the administration of the Mughals. They collected tax on the produce of the peasantry, which was a main source of income available to Mughal rulers. In some areas, the zamindars exercise a great deal of power, and sometimes zamindars and peasants of the same caste allied in rebelling against Mughal authority. Question number 6. How were the debates with the religious scholars important in the formation of Akbar's idea of governance? Akbar's interaction with the people of different faith made him realize that religious scholars who emphasize ritual and dogma were often bigots. The teachings by different religious scholars created division and disharmony amongst his subject. This led the idea of Sulhi Kul, that is universal peace, which means tolerance and not discriminate between the people of different religions of his realm. They framed a vision of governance around the idea of Sulhi Kul, focused on system of ethics, honesty, justice, peace, which is universally applicable. This system of governance was later followed by Jahangir and Shah Jahan. So this is about the idea of Akbar's governance. Question number 7. Why did Mughals emphasize their Timurid and not the Mongol descent? The Mughals emphasized their Mongol descent because Genghis Khan's memory was associated with massacre of innumerable people. It was also linked with Uzbeks, their Mongol competitors. On the other hand, they were proud of their Timurid ancestry, not least of all because their great ancestor had captured Delhi in 1398. So, they also celebrated their genealogy pictorially, each ruler getting a picture made of Timur and himself. So, this is related to their ancestry of Mongols. The Mughals happy to declare that they are the successor of Timur Lenk, not the Mongols, Genghis Khan, Mongol descent. That is what the question number 7. Let us check the question number. Next question. Question number 8. How important was the income from land revenue to stability of Mughal Empire? The income from land revenue was main source of income of the Mughal Empire. The Mughal Empire was very large, and therefore running administration and maintaining law and order, a huge amount of finance was needed, which comes from the revenue. The land revenue is also important for salaries of soldiers and officials and welfare works for the common men. Land revenue played a crucial role in the economy as well as administration of the Mughal Empire. Question number 9. Why was it important for Mughals to recruit Mansabdars from diverse backgrounds and not the Turanians and Iranians? It was important for Mughals to recruit Mansabdars from diverse backgrounds, not just from Turanian or Iranian, in order to provide stability to the empire. Moreover, the problem of common folk would be understood better by the people living there. They came to rule and maintain the balance, the diversity of the country, as well as to respect it. They recruited Mansabdars from diverse backgrounds. They don't want people to rebel against them on the issue of being common Mansabdar to privilege Turanian or Iranians. Question number 10. Like the Mughal Empire, India today is made up of many social and cultural units. Does this pose challenge to national integration? Today, India follows a culture or tradition of unity in diversity. People living here are united by the heart and love the diversity of their own country. They consider this as their own motherland. Moreover, they got it right to choose their own government and freedom to do what they want without harming anyone, which was not the case under Mughal Empire. It do face some challenge, but it is like a door in the sea. So Indians now integrated the country with the diversity, a drop in the sea. So question number 11. Children, you need to write answer for the question number 11. So total so go through the question and answers so that your preparation for the examination is full on. Take care. Wish a wonderful day. Thank you.